What's going on, people? Myke C-Town here with my continuing coverage of the new season of The Walking Dead. So let's jump right into it with episode 3. This was one of the most tense episodes we've seen all season, and maybe in 2 seasons. You have Rick, Glenn, Michonne, Daryl, Sasha, and Abraham. They're all still out trying to lead the zombies away from Alexandria, and the horn goes off and starts drawing the zombies back towards Alexandria. So it starts off with them trying to figure out what the hell's going on and get the zombies back on track with following the other ones away from the city. So Rick has this idea to go grab the RV and let the stragglers follow the RV, and he's going to lead them back to where all of the other zombies are. Great idea. Unfortunately, it goes horribly wrong, as everything has this season. So right before Rick leaves, Heath hears Rick telling Michonne and Glenn that if the Alexandrians can't keep up, to just leave them, which I think is fair. You can't expect everybody to die for you. And at some point it gets to be survival of the fittest. And, you know, this causes a weird issue between Heath and Michonne later at the pet store, because Heath is acting like a passive-aggressive little bitch. But that speech that Michonne gives Heath at the pet store is probably the best speech I've heard on this show. She asks him if he's ever had to kill people to protect his friends, or if he's ever had so much blood on him that he can't tell if it's his friends, or his enemies. And that shit was absolutely amazing. The passion in which she shows in this scene, it just kind of demonstrates the kind of acting chops that Michonne has, which we really haven't seen that much because she's typically very stoic. But I think she absolutely killed this scene. It could have only been better if after she said all that, she just walked away and went, bitch. The whole story of the guy who married his wife after the world went to shit, the whole thing of him being bit and the only thing he wants to do is get back to tell his wife goodbye. And it's extra sad that he gives Michonne that note that he wants her to give to his wife because he figures he's going to be dead before they get back. And Michonne says, you know, no, we're going to get you home. And she gives that note back to him. And then dude ends up dying, and dying in the absolute worst way. And I'm still not sure why they didn't put him out of his misery. My man is up against the fence, getting chewed on by like 12 zombies. Why didn't they just kill him? Michonne, you lied to the man. You told him he was going to get home to say goodbye to his wife. That's not going to fucking happen. Then you sat there and watched him get eaten up like some fucking puppy chow. And then you just walked away. That was some cold-blooded shit. It was a crazy-ass situation. When they're stuck in that building and the noise happens and Michonne looks out the door and she says, they're coming. That shit was fucking awesome. When you see thousands of zombies walking towards, well, hundreds, whatever, I'm exaggerating because it was tight. When you see all those zombies walking towards the store, tell me your heart wasn't like this. And I haven't felt like that in a long time with The Walking Dead. That shit was just like, holy fuck. How the hell are they going to get out of this store with all of those zombies coming? And I'm not going to lie. You have the homeboy with the shot in the leg. Then you have the chick that just randomly fell like every girl does in horror movies, just trips and falls over an imaginary rock and hurts her ankle. Yeah, I was thinking, leave those motherfuckers, man. Because if that was me and I fucked up my leg, I probably wouldn't want you to leave me, but I would understand if you did. Let's talk about Rick for a second. I'm not sure why all of you guys are saying he was bitten on the hand. Like, what show were you guys watching? He was clearly cut on the fucking knife that he pulled out of that zombie. What is wrong with you guys? Like, do you don't think that if Rick was bitten in the hand, that he would have went ahead and just chopped it off? Plus, you don't think that it would have been a lot more dramatic if Rick was bitten on the hand? You didn't even see anything happen. Like, you guys really need to pay attention. And speaking of Rick, that's a bad motherfucker, man. The way he took out those 2 wolves by himself in the RV, when they fucking jumped in and started shooting at him and attacked him, headbutt the dude, bow, shoots the other one, bow, shoots the other one, then gave him this look like, yeah, motherfucker, you didn't know who you were fucking with, did you, boy? This is the Rick that I really love. This is the Rick that I feel like is a real leader and a Rick that I feel like cannot be stopped. Even though he made a decision that went bad, but it was not his fault. I feel like his plan would have worked had it not been for the for the wolves fucking everything up. Now for the scene that everyone's talking about. The scene with Glenn. Glenn and Nicholas. We see them both cornered in the alleyway in front of a dumpster with hundreds of zombies coming at them from both sides. I've read the comics, so spoiler alert. I know that there's certain things that happen with Glenn that have not happened yet. So I'm hoping that they're not going to kill him off just yet. So they climb on top of a dumpster, and Nicholas, who's been kind of losing it for a while, he just gives up on life, man. He fucking says, thank you, puts the gun to his head, and shoots himself in the head. Now, the thank you I thought was really deep. I think that was more him saying thank you to Glenn for letting him atone. But in the process of redeeming himself, this son of a bitch falls on top of Glenn, and they both fall off the dumpster. We see Glenn hit the ground, and then we see zombies pulling guts out. Here's the part that I don't understand how so many of you missed. Nicholas fell on top of Glenn. And since they're showing off Glenn's face due to a trick of the camera, we all think it's Glenn's guts being yanked out. But my theory is they're not. Glenn, a major and very beloved character on this show, it would make no sense for them to kill him off this way. It's totally anticlimactic because this is not the end that we would all think of Glenn. It's totally, again, non-dramatic because there's no people, no friends or family to see it happen. This is not the way Walking Dead typically does things. When someone dies, there's always someone to witness it. Andrea, they all show up right before she shoots herself. Dale, when he's getting his guts pulled out, they all show up right after his guts are yanked out or whatever. Beth, they all show up right to see her get shot in the fucking head. Even bitch-ass Tyrese, after he's been bitten, they show up for the point of watching him die. There's no reason for the show to kill someone off and not let anybody else on the show see it. Come on, guys. Now, what do I think happened? I think that most likely, while the zombies are pulling the guts out of Nick, maybe Glenn rolls up under the dumpster and he's gonna hide until maybe the zombies get bored and they leave. I don't know. I don't know what happened here, but I'll tell you what I would have fucking done. I would have shot Nicholas in the leg and threw him off and then hoped that the zombies jumped on him and paid him a lot more of attention, and then I'd have booked my ass out of there. I know it sounds cold-blooded, but Nicholas killed a lot of people and tried to kill Glenn. Let's not forget this. I'm just tripping out that if Glenn actually did die, it's just funny to me that his good Samaritan deeds ended up getting him killed because he never should have took Nicholas out in the field again. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens to Glenn. On to episode 4. I don't know where the fuck to start. This is where The Walking Dead pisses me right the fuck off. Watching this whole episode, all we could say is, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? You really thought it was wise to follow up last week's insanely stressful episode with the most insane cliffhanger in Walking Dead history, easily, with this bullshit ass episode, you motherfuckers. I like Morgan, but an hour and a fucking half episode showing his little fucking story, you guys are dicks. The episode is just so fucking just so ridiculous. Like, it just so happens that Morgan's running around in the woods with a stick, and then just by coincidence he happens to run into this fucking master splinter ass dude that fucking properly teaches him how to use a staff. Like, what a fucking coincidence, right? Morgan wanders into the home of this guy Eastman, who Eastman lives in this nice little house that doesn't have a lot protecting it, with a goat outside that makes lots of fucking noise, and he happens to be nice to the level of jackassery. Morgan shoots at him. He slams him into the wall. He tries to choke him. He breaks his dead kid's little plaque thing off the wall. He still tries to be his fucking friend. This fucking hippie zen bullshit. Don't kill. we're connected, we're not evil. Man, shut the fuck up. We are evil, god damn it. People like this need to die. They're not made for this world, bruh. We already had people like this. We had Tyrese with his, I don't want to kill bullshit. We had Dale with, y'all don't want to sacrifice this man. That's not who we are. We have these people that have played these like peaceful roles, Bob, and they die. Not only that, they're fucking annoying before they do die. But I guess for the show to continue, we still need people that want to hold on to pieces of their previous life. But this Eastman guy, while I thought he was kind of an interesting character, it was too goddamn much. Then the story of how Morgan kills that kid that was following in the woods. Then the guy turns into a zombie and comes back and bites Eastman. Like, Morgan has a knack for fucking up, doesn't he? And after he causes the death of Eastman, he doesn't even seem to be that bothered by it. Like, after his crazy spell for a minute goes away, he goes right back to acting like, oh, whatever, you got bit because I'm a dumb fuck. He listens to Eastman tell some more stories about the guy that he starved out for, I forget how many days it was, 40-something days. You know, then he takes him out back so Eastman can kill himself. And then he goes and does some fucking Tai Chi out in the field. Writers, Walking Dead, what the fuck are you guys doing? Then at the end we see this fucking jacknut is keeping a goddamn wolf in the house locked up. When he didn't kill the wolves that he first saw on the road, they ended up attacking Alexandria and killing off a bunch of people. Now, we don't know for a fact this wouldn't have happened without Morgan being a dumbass, but still. When he let the wolves go earlier and they grabbed the gun, they almost killed Rick. Now he's keeping one of these murderous motherfuckers locked up on the property. When is Morgan gonna stop fucking up? The thing is, I can't say this was a bad episode in itself. The acting on it was absolutely incredible. And, you know, I've always thought the guy who plays Morgan, I can't think of his name right now, but I've always thought that he was a great actor. And this episode definitely showed how great of an actor he is. My issue is this was a lame-ass move to put this episode directly after an episode with such a huge cliffhanger. You know, this is a story that we didn't really need that much. You know, and we certainly didn't need it right now. And we certainly didn't need it for a fucking hour and a half. Like, this is a story that I feel like could have been shown in flashbacks, maybe for 30 minutes. Like, a fucking hour. You guys are total assholes. Like, I feel like you're gonna milk this Glenn shit for another 3 episodes, I bet. Actually, I wouldn't even be surprised if we don't see Glenn again until next season. Watch, mark my words. Either way you look at it, it was a lame-ass move to put a character drama like this right in the middle of what has shaped up to be the best opening series of episodes that The Walking Dead has ever had. So, great job, guys. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you really think Glenn's dead? Did you really think Rick's hand was bitten? What do you think is going to happen with the wolf that Morgan is hiding in Alexandria? What do you think is going to happen when Maggie goes out there to try to find Glenn? What do you think is going to happen in general? So, yeah, leave some comments in the comment section down there. And as usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you. And I will see you guys next time. Alright? Peace, bitches!